All right, here it is, December 4th. We're opening the select board meeting at the EMS building, Enosburgh. First on the agenda is to ask for any additions or changes to the agenda. We have asking to have Tim Hayes at 6:15. You said no Jesse, so
Right.
so the 6:15 is, that's on here, will be canceled as he won't be here. Or is
Well,
it-
he's
is there still-
coming, but he doesn't have any updates for the armory stuff. That's what it was about.
Okay, okay, changes, Jesse's gonna
He'll still
address.
be present.
Okay, and playground contract, minutes, both November 6th and 20th. And we need to have an executive session to discuss employee. So I'll need a motion to add those items.
I'll move.
Gary made a motion, Phil seconded the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. So we've just added all those items. First on the agenda will be real quick, is the public comments section, and I see no one here in attendance for the public. So the next item is their 6:15, and we can probably delay that by going to the approving the minutes, November 6th and November 20th minutes.
You weren't there? No.
For which one?
The 6th. Because I'm in against you. I was just looking because I think that
I'll
was
put
the
remote check.
Yeah, I think that was the night that I had texted and just said, hey, everyone's gonna leave. I'm just scared. I just want to. Can't find his name.
Hi, Joey. Yes. Oh, is this Lucius? Hello, it's Billy Joe. Hello? Can't hear me. It's Billy Joe, can you hear me now? Hi, it's you guys. He is up at the shop, but I'll try to get in touch with him. I think he's at his shop, but I'll try to get in touch with him. Okay. I'll try him again. Okay? him again, I'll find somebody to go find him.
Are we doing them both or one at a time?
Okay.
We're on the November 6th one right now.
Yeah.
If everybody's had a chance to look at them, motions on that one.
On the 6th one, plus or minus what time do we get done? Just to make everybody warm and fuzzy.
On which night?
Plus or minus
6?
6.
That was a later one.
November 6th.
Let me see if.
8:41, no firearms, weapons on town buildings.
Oh, I'll move.
I'll second.
Pierre made a motion, Phil seconded the motion to accept the November 6th meeting with the addition of the 8:41 adjournment. Any more discussion? Having none, all those in favor to approve, signify by saying aye.
All right.
All those opposed, say nay. Approval has been had for November 6 minutes. And we'll go to the November 20 minutes.
Probably the only thing on Susie Hall is just put down the director of the Opera House or something.
Friends?
We're friends at the Opera House, or I'll move the second one too.
I'll second that.
Pierre made a motion, Phil seconded the motion to accept November 20 minutes with the addition to have Susie Hall classmate notified as director of Friends of the Opera House. Any more discussion? If having none, all those in favor of approving November 20th minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Unanimous approval to accept November 20 minutes. Okay. So, we could probably do a playground contract maybe?
Yeah, so the playground was originally 46,000 and some odd dollars, but because of the financing that we received with the grants and the donations and everything, the playground committee met again and they've added quite a lot more to it, to the tune of $84,479. This is what it now looks like. We are going to be getting an undisclosed donation from some grandparents that are wanting to put monkey bars. So they're going to pay for 4,000 of that, roughly. And the another $5,700 is going to be covered by a grant from VLCT for the wood chips that are good, or the rubber chips that are going to go underneath. So we're going to have that part covered. But there is money between the donations and the grant to cover that minus what the other payments are coming in.
So we won't have to add to budget. You got a pretty good,
Heck of a fundraising drive there.
I know.
Oh,
What did they
God.
end up adding? Just more equipment?
Yeah.
so we got two here, or is this all one?
I think it's just all one. It was just many pages because it lists each nut and bolt separately.
Yeah, okay.
Now the thing is that this, on this right here, this is only the purchasing of the products.
No, it includes, I think, if Larry reads, I think it's like
Yeah, but-
$12,000 of installation too.
No, but I'm talking excavating and all that stuff.
No, that is separate, and the board, and we all
Hey, Dean.
Dean?
had said that that would be separate and apart from donations and fundraising, where it needs to go. And we just found out like a week and a half ago where they can and cannot go with the machines. Jesse's talked to Scott. If he can, he'll get over here this year, if not, I'll keep her in the spring.
Look at the fine tune.
And I did forget to put that on the agenda. That one, that's a TAP grant. That was, a page was missing from last year or the year before when we went into it. And there's Bethany's email that said go ahead and sign it. Is there anything else? Two deep into the minutes.
Yeah, this from Jessica's easy. That's it, yeah, Jessica.
Oh, this isn't part of it. This,
No, that is not anything you have to sign tonight.
okay.
I just put that in, so I wouldn't lose it. That's a contract for dispatching for next year.
We'll need this one.
Yeah.
You got it all itemized and everything.
So this was all added?
So is there a signature page on the back one?
It's just a
or
great idea, a lot of that is things, so mostly it was just that structure
Right,
and the bumblebee,
right.
that, those were the things that were original, so there's quite a lot more.
You guys keep looking at it, I just wanna make sure the signature page
Have
is.
you already?
I have. They worked really hard to get on with the mission, they did a good job.
And there's enough room over in that area for all of that?
What does that mean?
Once it's
Yeah,
excavated,
no.
there's
Oh,
plenty of room.
that's good.
And I don't know if Dean was here when you told there's some more monies coming in for this.
For that.
We're getting a grant for the stuff that goes on the ground, like the rubber or the wood chips, whatever type of material that's coming from the league. And then there's some grandparents that want monkey bars for their granddaughter, and they've offered to pay for the fee of the monkey bars,
Which was 4,700, you said?
roughly.
Yeah, what would that be? That's only- Sticks and stuff still.
It's really, I mean, just going to the grocery store and
You know
knock
how
your
that
socks
works,
off anyway.
Yeah, I know. Just,
solve
wow, I
money,
never would have
Free
guessed.
beer at lunch, things like that.
So we probably need a motion
Yeah,
to
'cause that's a big one.
accept.
Oh, that goes with this.
No.
I'll make a motion to accept the, where are we looking at the total, the contract? This is a new contract, okay. The contract for the grand total of the 84,479.49, with other grants included.
Jessica made the motion to accept, playground contract as written.
I'll second it.
Dean seconds that motion. Any more discussion?
So that 84,000, just to, so I don't remember things the way I should, I guess. How much is money they've raised, grants, and how much are we paying?
We have enough money for the whole thing right now. The grants for the 5,700 for the rubbery composty stuff, whatever's going on the bottom. And then the grandparents paying roughly 4,000, and then the rest is the grants and what has been raised for the playground.
fundraising.
There's no money that has to come out of the budget.
Yes. Okay. Nice.
It is
Correct.
Yeah.
Any more discussion? If having none, all those in favor signify, favor accepting signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those not, say nay. Unanimous ayes have it. And playground contract has been accepted. Okay, we have a top grant from Bethany. This will give the town the ability to clean up all the financials for the 2023 field season. Guys want to take a sneak peek at it? Let me leave this one right here.
Yes.
So what does she mean by field season?
Construction season that we've had,
Okay.
probably culverts, anything like that, I imagine.
Yeah.
Still snowing out there, Tim? Oh, is it?
we need to have a motion to accept TAP grant.
So that TAP grant, is that on the sand salt shed
Yep.
project?
It is, it was one that was missed a signature by what I can read. We're not accepting anything new or any changes, we're just allowing us to keep moving.
I'll move to sign that.
I'll second.
Phil made motion, Jessica second that motion to accept the TAP grant. Number CA 0498. Any more discussion? Have none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Right.
All those opposed say nay. Unanimous ayes, it's been approved.
Quiet as this meeting's been a long time.
I think it's the weather.
You want this whole folder?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, so I guess next on the agenda we'll have Tim Hayes.
Okay. As you know, Pierre, that we had Sandy well, the state guy was there. The water hasn't come back good since. You'll see the recommendations from the state. I don't have enough to pass out everybody, but I think the first one, they want us to put a chlorination system on the well. That'd be fine and dandy if there was enough water there, but there's not enough water. They're still sucking air, and I'll let you look that over. And then the second assessment, of course, is for a new well. And that's why I'm here tonight, for the trailer and the house and the store. This is the assessment, Roland, myself, Marguerite, and Sandy were there that you wanted to have done, Pierre. Well, the water test. You can look at that, it tells you all the what's going on from the state.
Seems like last time too, you said DC was gonna get involved, or?
Well, that's what, according to the paperwork, I don't know when. I haven't heard nothing from them. The assessment had to go back yesterday to Jeff, but I haven't heard from Jeff since then.
So we have the copies of the samples here. Is this guy's name on here, Roland Luxembourg, the person that was there at the visit?
He actually did the water test. He's from the state water protection agency.
And it shows the trailer does not have a problem.
Didn't have E. coli, but the water level and the wells are both the same. So the static levels are shot in both of them. So there's not adequate water in both the trailer and the house and store. And it can be measured, it measures the same, so I know, and the well pumps are the same depth, so I know that the water level's gone. I don't know where the water went, but it's gone.
The house is on the same well as well.
doesn't want to cross the road.
And so is the store, the house and the store are on the same line.
But it's sucking air when you let the water run. You know, if the house is running water, the store's running water, it sucks air. It spits all the time. And this was a wet year. If it was a dry year, I hate to see what happened.
Yeah, I still don't know, you're saying what we did, dropped the water level and that's why it's sucking air. That's your assessment.
That is true.
And I don't know where all that water would have gone. Because like I said before, I've tried to tile things out on farmland and you need to have a good solid stream going away to get it to go out.
Okay, so when you read,
But
when you start reading that, you'll understand the state's been onto this well for 12 years. We haven't had a bit of trouble. Water comes back good. Not a bit of trouble. And now all of a sudden, because the excavation was done, we're having trouble. So you know damn well the water's gone somewhere because it's not there now. And the static level was 6 foot below the top of the ground, and now it's 22 feet down in the ground. So the water went somewhere.
So have they tested to see if your line from the pump to your, could have a hole in that? Could be sucking water, sucking air?
No, we haven't tested it, but the pump don't run, so it only when you're drawing water. So.
Which of these two did you let them know that you wanted to pursue?
Well, we're gonna put wells in.
Oh, okay, so the second
Because
one.
I can't keep the water good, so.
Right, so the second one.
And the adequate part is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just the water bad, we could do the chlorination. We have not enough water. That's the problem. The wells have to be put in.
So it's number 2.
Yeah,
Okay, just want to make sure I'm reading this correctly.
yeah. And you can look at the assessment from the state. That tells you quite a bit of stuff. The surface water, as far as I can tell, is getting in the well down by across the road. That's probably why the water keeps going bad, but there's not adequate water. That's the biggest problem. The adequate part is the problem, not the, so much the, everybody has chlorinated water, well, the town's chlorinated water, you know, that can be done, but when you're sucking air, that's no good.
So everything you do now, you have to boil the water for everything?
Now, we use bottled water.
Oh, you use bottled water.
That was, I don't know if you were here,
I don't think so.
well, we use bottled water, and I put a bill in for the bottled water, for the trips and all this stuff, a couple times ago. And we have to go every, well, since he's been here, gonna be on our 3rd water test since since Owen came out, because we have to do one once a month, and if it comes back bad, we have to do a 4 water test the following week. So it creates us a lot of time to go to Burlington.
You only have that one copy.
Yeah,
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure it was saying something. Oh, you have a copy?
no, that's the same.
Oh, yeah, I meant
No,
the-
that's the assessment.
Oh, the PR has it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem. I'm gonna use the other one, roll.
Is the water samples still coming back bad
Yeah.
for coliform and E. coli?
No,
or
it's just bacteria. Like I
Yeah,
said, I
these-
think it's surface water getting in, I don't know.
These, I don't know if you have these, these look like the
Yeah.
2 sites, one
Did the trailer,
below the coliform E. coli is not detected, which is the trailer, I believe.
yeah, and that's
And
uphill.
then total coliforms detected. It doesn't say, this one doesn't say the level or anything, just says detected.
That's the same one.
This one?
And then the E. coli is not detected. Was the E. coli detected the last time?
Every time since,
But not this time, just coliform this time.
maybe it is coliform, I don't know, but it's testing bad every time. I don't know if that's the one the state guy did or not.
Yeah, Roland Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Right, that's the sample Sandy took. them
Well,
there, right?
the state guy did, because Sandy,
Sandy was there, but
She
she
was, yeah, she's referenced,
yeah,
he took it.
So from this report here, from this time, has there been a sample taken?
yeah.
There has.
Sandy has them.
So now according to Roland's report, this Roland, oh, okay, it's detected.
So if we get that report
Yeah, it
back here,
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't say
You should have all of them.
detected
there.
at what level, I don't know what
The
detection
have
is.
last one I just did, well, I had to do 4 of them because one came back bad. So I just had to do 4 more and the total college form was over 400. Cause see, I use Endy Lab, I think is how you say it. So,
And these, you guys use a different lab?
Well, it's just because he works for the state and he,
You use their own?
yeah, they use their own lab.
right,
Where
but.
where does Endine, where does that one go?
Well, it goes to us, but I don't
No,
know.
where's that lab?
It's in, where's that lab? It's in Burlington, but.
Williston.
the lab I go to is in Williston.
But the thing is that
I
from,
started going there because the state lab shut down because of COVID. And I started going down there because I still had to get the water test done. And I didn't know the state lab was opened again.
What was up here?
so from this point to right now, I mean, how many tests have you done? And you have copies of the reports by chance?
Yeah, I can get them to you. I don't have them with me tonight, but they're all bad.
No, but, yeah, okay, but how many tests were done though? I mean,
There's been,
or, you know, time. Well, what I mean by tests is,
There's been
let's go
one.
by dates, and then,
there's been one
so one from last,
after rolling,
yeah,
and then we had, that one came back bad, so we had to do 4 more this week. It was the first part last week.
But I could pull it up.
Yeah, I think you did it 28, wasn't it?
I don't remember all
Pretty
the
sure the
dates.
state's one is 28.
Yeah, it could
Pretty
be.
sure, or at least they're on the report, they're not report, but that, where
Yeah.
it shows the list, I think it
Could
was
be
28.
28th, and we had to do one that end of that week. But, right, this was a special one. They put special in it because they don't want it to go back onto the store. So they do a special, and then we had to do one at the end of the week because it was the end, the 3rd week of the month. And then that one came back bad. We had to do 4 more. You have to do all those things.
You say you do it from all the sources, correct?
On the, if it comes back bad the first time, you have to do all sources.
Right.
so we talking both store and trailer, or no trailer?
No trailer. It's the trailer. The store has to be tested for the state.
Right,
Like your water, don't, if you had a regular well, you don't have to test it, so that doesn't get tested.
It's because that's a public drinking source.
right, yeah,
That's why, where the
That's why-
trailer's not a public
Right.
drinking source, so.
And that's why you have to do it every month. If it's good, you're good, but if not, you have to do it, repeat, keep repeating it till it's good. Till it's good. And I actually, the test before Roland did it, I shocked it, because they told me that. So I had to wait for that to get out of the system. It took about a week or so to get really out, so you couldn't smell it anymore. And it still come back bad.
I'm trying to get it.
I know it's the 3rd week and the 4th week. I know it's the 3rd week and the 4th week that it come back bad after Roland did it test. Can't tell you the exact date.
If I needed those, I would have brought them down.
You did one on the 28th, the 21st, the 9th, and the 1st of November.
And the 30th of October. So the 30th of October, the 1st of November, the 9th of November, the 21st of November, and the 28th of November.
Yeah.
Can you pull the water test out?
Well, he just pulled the dates. He's got the dates.
Do you have the results on them too, Jesse? All I have is just through the states. I don't get those.
You don't get those?
This is just through the Backus website, so it just tells me if it's positive or acceptable is all it says. So I don't have levels.
But does it say acceptable?
So no. So what I have on the 30th, you were positive. On the 1st, you were. This is all for coliform. On the 30th, you were positive for coliform. On the 1st, you did, it looks like one of those 4 tests, but you had to do all sources.
Yep.
You tested positive for coliform, you tested positive for E. coli in the bathroom sink, but the rest were acceptable. And then the 9th was positive for coliform, acceptable on E. coli. The 21st, positive coliform, acceptable E. coli. The 28th, you did 4 on the 28th. And that time, they all tested positive for coliform, but the hand washing sinks tested positive for E. coli. So the bathroom sink and the hand washing sink in the last 2 tested for E. coli. And they've all been positive for coliform right along.
But there was some with E. coli positives.
Yeah. On the bathroom sink on the 1st was E. coli, and the hand washing sink on the 28th was positive for E. coli.
So we'll have to get all that information to our lawyer that's in contact with the engineers.
Do you need that?
No, I'm sure if we need it, we can get you guys to forward it, if you're willing to do that.
What's that?
If I call over Marguerite, we'll forward it to
Yeah.
On there it said you had by December 3rd to say what you're doing. Have you already told them what you're trying to do?
Well, all we put down is we're meeting with you guys, and nothing has changed for detection or for anything changes. You know, that's what he wanted. You just because we have to stay in compliance with him until I guess we figure this out. But that was just to stay in compliance so we stay open.
Yep.
And the one for the trailer, what's the issue with that one?
The water, the water levels have dropped so far down. And the pumps have to be at 35 feet because the gravel comes into the pumps, burns them up. So we had to move them all up. That's what the whole issue was at the depth. But when we turn on the faucet at the store, within 10 minutes, it drops 10 feet in the wells. So the water isn't there anymore. It doesn't come into the well. Because if you have a static level, you're good, but there's no static level now. Used to be, right, like I said, 6 feet from the top of the ground. Now it's 22 feet in the ground. So there's no water. The water's gone somewhere. There's, water's still there, but it's not enough it sucks air all the time.
And you had another artesian drilled years ago
Yeah.
that has low volume.
Yeah.
That
3
is
gallons a
tied
minute.
to the store.
Well, it's tied to the house and store, but we can't use it because it's not a source, and they have to have a permit to put another well on service. But 3 gallons a minute ain't enough, and that's why we never used it.
How deep is that one?
That was 400.
400.
They said we had to put tanks in the cellar and all kinds of other stuff to make sure we could use it, so we never used it.
That's 3 gallons a minute, huh?
No. 1.3, I think. What's that well out back yield out? Is it a gallon?
I would have to look it up. I think it's like 3 3 gallons or something.
Is it 3? I don't.
It's like
Well,
3 or
if you-
400 feet, I would think.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of storage.
There's a lot of storage, but they said it wouldn't be enough, so we never used it. And then if you look at it, you have to have a permit to even put another well in service.
Has that one ever been tested?
No. We never used it. We just use it around the house to pressure wash or whatever. That's all we use it for.
That water's never been tested.
Yeah. Is it plumbed up to go to the store?
Yeah. Well, yeah, can't use it though, but it is pumped up.
You say permit, it's getting another permit through these
Yeah.
guys, like you just would have to assign it, like your 21386, it would just be assigning a new well permit
I
to
don't
that.
know, it says a PTC permit to, to pull water.
Because if you already have one that deep, you're looking to do another one, and what's to say you're gonna have to go that deep again?
I don't know. But what I'm saying is we had enough water before, now we don't have it. And I don't wanna have a problem with this well that we have in the back. It's like we have this other well, we don't have enough water, which we always had enough water. And now there's no water. And that's for two, you're talking the whole damn corner now, not just a little bit. You got the trailer, not enough water, you got the house, you got the store. There's not enough water there out of that well. It has to be another one drilled, bottom line. There's no way around it.
Yeah, well, all I can do at this point is we have to go through our lawyer, this is not just you and us, there's a lot of other players involved
Well, no,
here, so it's not
And it's like I
so
told you,
simple, and we have to gather all our information, and they're gonna ask for history too. They're not gonna ask just what happened this year, they're gonna know what happened in the past too.
yeah, go ahead, because it's all good. There's,
No, I'm just saying that's what they're gonna be asking for.
it's fine. I can prove all that, because I said the state's, since we had the store, they come out and they look at the well, they know how much water is in the well, they know it always comes back good, so it's never been an issue. Now we can't even get past a month without water's bad. And so, definitely something happened.
So, going back to that other one that's 400 feet deep, that was put in
Well, 7.
07, and who was it Feely, or is there some?
Billy hooked it up, like Chevalier drilled it, I believe.
This value. I should have a number where they can
That one-
they can look at the tag and
That one shows up right off.
Yeah.
Because they kept putting that one with the well across the road, which isn't tagged or whatever. And it's the one we put in 07. Did you want this so you have it too? Just so you
yeah, if you got
Yeah,
an extra copy, we'll keep this one.
keep it. So you can give it to him. It shows what the.
Yeah, so. I mean,
Now, are you due to start this well again?
They haven't said nothing. I can call Jeff tomorrow and find out if he wants me to. It's probably going to have to be, but it also says in there not to do it consistently. So I don't really know if he wants me to do it or not.
And so, I'm just curious. So if you go through and they start the well, okay, you can detect the smell or the taste
Oh yeah.
of the water in the store.
Oh yeah.
Can it be detected in the trailer?
I would say not, because the trailer is uphill from the well. I'm pretty sure the water's coming off the hill, coming down through it. I would would assume. I wouldn't say it was coming up the hill, so it's going down, so it's pushing it out. But I wouldn't say the bleach is gonna work its way back up into the trailer. I never checked over the trailer, but I could. But I would say it doesn't go backwards uphill. Water goes downhill usually, so I don't see it coming back. I'm sure if we put it in the trailer, it would show up in the other well. So, money on that one.
Yeah, but you don't need to touch that one if it's good.
Right, no, that's
So
why.
you don't really wanna play with it.
No, I don't want, yeah, exactly, that's why, I wait, and, I have to wait and see what he wants to do, but I did shock it before all them tests were done, and it didn't help. And I put a lot of bleach in it,
When you shock it, do you run it through the lines, everything in the store?
house, store, everything, so it's not,
To be sure all the lines get
Oh, yeah.
contact too.
yeah, tenant come over and said, oh, the bleach is here, yeah, he already told me, there.
Eric?
So this is, they're just doing an assessment. They wanted you to choose one or two to continue an assessment.
Yeah, but first one would be fine if you had plenty of water, like I said, but if you don't have plenty of water, it's a waste of time. And there's not enough water, so that's a waste of time.
All right, I think we've got all the information.
Well,
We
if
got
you-
something else, I mean, we can
If you need anything, just
push it down a
let us
little.
know.
Okay?
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right.
Drive safe.
Was there any water for the church?
Used to.
Yeah, but it was probably a shallow spring.
No, we pumped it too. We pumped the water there too.
Oh, this water went over to the church. They didn't have a water
Well,
coming
there
in.
used to be a well up on the top of the hill, gravity fed, went into a cistern into the basement, and then was pumped out of there. That was shut off, and I think maybe them pipes maybe had something, I don't know really, but may or may not. But anyway, I don't even know where that one is. I'm assuming, like I said, the water's coming off the hill there somewhere down through. But I wouldn't say it's going uphill, because it's just, all it is legend to the town barn down at the bottom, so it's gotta be coming from up above somewhere. Down through that ledge and stuff. Anyway, if you have any questions,
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you. All right, Jesse, you're on deck. Or Susie, you got it?
I'm gonna say, yeah.
I thought you started at 6. I don't know what the heck. I'm here often enough, I should know.
You do
when
start
that
at
is.
6.
About 6:30, that's right.
Okay.
No, go ahead. No, I'm
Are we the
actually,
same?
I had canceled Jesse.
yeah, you can, I'm,
He was
yeah.
coming for,
You're canceled.
I'm canceling, yeah.
it's just that easy these days.
I'm wearing an Enosburgh Initiative hat tonight. So we had a meeting in the fall, trying to regroup after, Jim Cameron's gone and what can we do to help with the community. And we had a meeting for those, I call it a meeting for those who had meetings. The same group of people show up, but anyways, we held it in August, I think, or September. And it was for all the nonprofit and civic groups, because there is the same players that are at all these things. You get tired. How can we help the various civic groups, nonprofit groups get better support in their events, help streamline their stuff, whatever. And one of the things that came out of this group, we had Liz Gamache there from St. Albans. We had the auxiliary, I can't remember everybody who was there. We had quite a good group. And what rose to the top was it would be great to have a community calendar where everything, like, it'd be one-stop shopping. You go to the calendar, you can see the athletic games at the school, you can see there's an event at the Opera House, you can see there's the kiddie program at the library, and so on and so forth. And it would be helpful to have everyone go to one place to see it versus jumping around and trying to find it. So I think it would help with the participation in the events. And it would also help with the planning. There's nothing worse than planning a big event and then find out the fire department's doing a Calcutta the same night and you're already full bore into it and you can't get out of it. So it hurts for both of us. So we started looking around and realized that the library and the rec has a lot of their stuff on the town calendar. And we thought that might be the place to go rather than reinventing a whole new calendar. You guys have one. It's Google based, which most people are using, not everybody. So we've been meeting about trying to get all that stuff together. We'd like to be able to put stuff on the town calendar. We're gonna have it printed in and we're gonna start small. We're gonna do January, February, so you'll have a 2-pager if you get it in the mail for people who aren't computer literate, or I don't wanna say literate, just that's not their thing. They can slap it on the fridge and then they can flip it over for February. The village has said they'll pop it in the utility bills. We're gonna put them on the kiosks. We're gonna have it on Front Porch Forum and whatnot. But we'd also like it on the calendar for the automated people. So I was talking to Jesse and we were gonna go forward and he'd really like to get permission from you guys for us to be able to, or for some of us even, because we discussed it, about having access to the calendar, not to your emails, but to the calendar. And what it would be really, for those of us who have Google, we wouldn't really be having, we could, but what we would be doing was, once we have that, we load up your calendar, and so we go into our calendar, not yours, we go into our calendar, we put in our event, and down at the bottom of the left, we check, we'd like it on the town calendar as well, and it pre-populates. For people who will have maybe 2 or 3 or 4 events a year, not a big deal. For the Opera House, the rec has their own calendar, the library, and probably the EBA maybe, or a couple others, that would be super helpful. What we do is we populate our calendar, and then because we were able to get permission, we could just check that little block. Like right now, the Opera House has its calendar, and then she checks the little block, and the board, on my calendar, I can see the Opera House calendar, boom. I can see Chris's calendar, boom. You guys have access to our calendar. We'd like access to yours so that we could just check that box in our events. We have some guidelines. It'd have to be a civic, nonprofit, open to the public, but we would like the planning, the zoning, the village, the town, the school to put or have their events on there as well. It'd be a very busy calendar. It might just say school event, then person would click on that event and boom, the details would pop up. The beauty of us having access to it would be that if we have to make a change or last minute cancel, we just change it on our calendar and it will change it on your calendar. We wouldn't have to go out to all the different calendars or get hold of someone to change it. There's a few people who don't have a lot of things, and Jesse said he could do it. But we'd like to ask permission for, to be able to share that password. I did ask, we started thinking about it like, because ours is attached to our email. But you guys have a separate one, so that password will only be attached to your calendar, not to your email and other
We
things.
made a I don't want to say, it's not a bogus, but it's an email. So the thing with the Google Calendar is you have to have a Google email address to attach to it. That's how you have to have it work. So our emails are different. They're different servers, so it's basically just an empty shell Gmail account that we use to manage this calendar with. So like Susie's saying, if they have a Gmail account, we can allow access to them to add their information to the calendar. Where it gets in the weeds is if you don't have a Gmail account, you'd have to give our login information out, which it is just a calendar, but as we know, where we had a situation where we gave out passwords and it got abused, that was only and I'm willing to enter all the information in, because it's nice to have one focal point where you know somebody's putting all that information in, and then that way you know what's going in there. Because that was my other, it's like, and like Susie had said, next thing you know is Joe down the road's got his lawn sale on there, or his, hey, I'm looking to, I don't know. It's just, again, it's a calendar, and maybe I'm just a little gun shy with the whole situation that happened with the last time with the password thing. So that's why I didn't feel comfortable just doing that. And again, I'm happy to, it's a quick.
I think that if you start out that way, and if it gets too much, he can say it is, and then we can figure something else out. But right now, I'm not comfortable with a lot of people.
Well, we'd like to.
Well, the thing is, why don't you guys just get a G account?
We do.
The Opera House
Right,
does,
right.
and it's.
All right, so they're
It's
sending information
on
to
the
us.
calendar that I use
Yeah.
for you guys, but it's not on the town's calendar.
So
They're
she sees
separate.
it to share it with you, but she's not
It's,
reposting
but
the
it's not,
stuff.
it's not the calendar that the library and the rec use. Right now, the library and the rec are the main users of our calendar for social events. The calendar she's talking about that I use is the one for this building, when I schedule things. So I could see what is scheduled at the Opera House. That was the whole point of them sharing with you guys, so I could let you know when something is happening. But that's separate and apart from what Jessie is talking about, what the library uses, what the rec uses, what she wants to use as far as events. What I'm looking at is not posted publicly. What they're talking about will be posted publicly, like they'd go to the town website and they'd be like, what's happening in Enosburgh today? And they could see events.
Which we have a link to that
So-
on the website, to that Google Calendar, so you can view it through the
Yeah,
website.
it's the website. If people go to your website, they pop into this calendar. That's the one that we want to be able to pre-populate with events. Now, the people who don't have Google Calendars, we talked about, and we thought that would probably be a good thing for them to individually send to you. And to be honest, I'm a little more vested in with the Opera House, in that we do have a lot going on and we do have changes. And so, to reiterate, we wouldn't be going into your calendar once we get that permission. It would just be, we create the event. Where do you want it posted? We want it posted on our website. We want it posted to our board members, and we want it posted to the town website, and it's a click, click, click. So we wouldn't be going in to your calendar. We'd be going into our calendar and then asking that it be replicated in your calendar. Which he can do it all, but I can foresee with the changes and everything we do, and when it's, however you feel fit.
The Gmail
If you don't
one,
trust us to
I'm-
do it, that's fine.
No, the Gmail one I'm comfortable with. If you guys having your own Gmail, that's fine, because basically you don't come in an administrative
Right.
sense, It's the other ones, that's where
Yeah.
I'm just apprehensive about, handing out the keys to the front door kind of thing,
Yeah,
so.
we've been there before.
Right.
So then, okay, so with the Gmail account, it's one of those of, does the rec have stuff posted there? And
They do, but they also have their own individual calendar, which is not a Gmail calendar, which is weird.
Yeah,
So
they had,
she's
remember that
having to
Myra
replicate.
account we did for Margot?
Right.
She's got a calendar kind of over here, and, yeah, it's just a matter of
But
her.
she's willing to do.
She's willing to put that information on the
I mean,
Google
she's
calendar.
a town employee, so.
Right.
She's willing to do it, it's not that big a deal.
I don't know, find one account and put everything on it.
Yeah.
We do, that's
do.
what we're saying, but what we're saying is we wanna be cautious with people who
Right,
don't have the
right.
Gmail, like Susie
Yeah.
and her group at the Opera House of Responsible People, we don't know
Right.
what the other group of people
It'd be like
without
the
these accounts
Legion,
are.
Who's
Yeah.
got, a handful of events and they don't have a Gmail, where they could just email and go, hey Jesse, we've got, Santa coming this weekend. Okay, boom, I put it on there and,
Yeah, and maybe if it's not so much like trust or, it's more of a consistency thing for now, because you could have other people, like you said, oh, I gotta put this on, can you give me a password? Like, for now, maybe the consistency
So
would be.
we're asking that the non-Google people email Jessie, and then whoever you feel fit that you would feel comfortable sharing it, and I'm asking for the Opera House, simply because we've been very busy, thankfully. We've had a lot going on, but we also have things that come up, like it might be, there's a show that just isn't gonna happen, or the kids aren't gonna be able to, meet for whatever reason, so we have to cancel something. I can just see, oh, we canceled it here or there. Shit, forgot to tell Jesse. People show up when we didn't. So I would like, for at the very least, we're probably the busiest besides the ones that are already on there. The library is super busy, and rec is very busy, so they have, but they're gonna have to
But
replicate.
they're town employees also. And like you said, we don't have a problem with trying to copy
Yeah.
that stuff. It's just
But
the
we need,
people that are the unknowns to us.
he needed permission, he didn't give it to
Yes.
me, so I guess that's part of it.
So there's two calendars.
The calendar for the building is
Yeah.
where I keep their events calendar. That's,
And-
it's just for us to see. It's nothing
Right.
that's published.
But the one that the public sees is the one that.
It's the one that Jesse takes care of.
Is the one we wanna populate with events.
And that's the one the rec and library are on.
Yes.
And this-
We'd
They're
like-
already using.
We'd like to see
That
the,
makes sense.
I mean, at some point, if we can get the school on board, I don't know if they have a Google Calendar, I think they do. But that would be something definitely probably they'd want access for because it's just too much. It would be their, like, probably their athletic calendar,
Well,
their chorus calendars, and maybe if they have drama.
I do worry that it's going to be busy, too busy. You know what I mean?
They've got a lot
I think
of
the school
stuff
calendar is fine with some things, but like the school calendar, adding it to the town calendar, you almost
No.
overwhelm people with too much. And then you miss out on,
No, I get
there's
it.
so much on the calendar, I miss that there's a show at the
You
Opera
could have a
House,
link to
or
the
I
school
miss
calendar.
that there's a function at the library.
Right,
Because-
I can put a link on the website.
Like right next to
I
the
could
calendar.
make a whole tab account, you know, I mean, if you want a school,
Right.
I just think the schools are just busy.
So they can visit that site and they can go,
yeah,
and
if
there's-
you, yeah.
they can look up here, but if there's some school stuff, they can also
Right,
pull up the
right.
school.
I don't want
No.
Yeah.
them to overshadow everybody, because
No, I hear
they're
what you're
very
saying,
busy.
I hear what you're saying, and our thought is like, when you go into a town, we don't know what the next step is, but how do you do it when you go into a town, you're visiting somewhere, and you're like, what's going on around here, and it shows up?
Yeah.
We don't know how to do that, because we also wanna be for people coming in, skiing or whatever. We had somebody at the last show, we're like, well, where are you from? We're from Wisconsin, but we were staying at the Quincy, and we thought we'd come down, and I'm like, well, cool. How the hell they found out, I don't know, but, you know, that's the thing, as people start to come in, and they're here for a couple nights, well, what can we do? What's going on in this town? And they can find stuff to go down, and maybe there is, you know, having a specific school link might be one thing. But to have to go to the website and say, oh, here's the rec calendar, click here, here's the library calendar, click here.
No, we wouldn't want that, we're
Yeah.
just saying like,
'Cause that's what I
you
was
guys
saying.
being on a calendar along with the town stuff is great. But I'm just saying, if you add in the school stuff, it might be just overwhelming to
Yeah.
people, because you've got the basketball game every single night, whether it be boys or girls or middle school, high school, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then it's like, whoa, that's
Yeah.
just too much.
Yeah.
And then and like I said, it's gonna overshadow something that maybe they would want to see at the opera
Yeah.
house or something, because it's like, oh.
And we definitely wanna drive stuff to the calendar, and then in this whole proposal piece, we're just gonna try that January, February. That works out, we're gonna try something reoccurring, so people are aware. And then this might also, if you ever get a sign, you can pick things off that calendar. You could say, well, we've got 4 things happening this week, let's put those scrolling on the sign. You know, so that you could, I think, feed, I bet you there's a link. Oh, yeah? But there might be a way anyways, you'd have some information at your fingertips on what we're
Separate
doing.
program, I believe.
So, that's what I'm here to ask, or have Jesse ask.
Does it having, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, does, like, having a password or sharing that, does that increase like not the likelihood, but could you possibly delete something by mistake that you didn't want to, or, you know, like you're just,
Right, you give somebody and they didn't mean to, and they went in there and they changed
I'm just
something.
thinking for like, you know,
Right,
it
right.
happens to me and
Right.
I.
That's
I'm
why I was nervous
Yeah, we
about
would hate to
handing
have
that
somebody
out.
delete
Yeah.
somebody else's.
I mean,
and
it's, so
not
it's an
realize they did it.
option, like when you get that, it's one of your edit.
So with Susie, with the Gmail, she gets access to it, but she can't touch
She wouldn't be able
Brenda's
to
stuff.
edit.
She can't edit because it's our calendar.
Right, that password.
You know, we can change whatever we want through everything, basically, where she can just put it in and that's all That's it, that's all.
Click a
That's-
button and it sends it to you.
Yeah, it puts it on there.
Okay.
That sounds safest.
So you're not having.
So you wouldn't be
I'm
able
not
to
having
edit
type it.
anything or
I'm not
delete
having to type it in
anything.
and then.
Yeah, you don't have to do it twice.
And I don't have to send it to Jesse to type it in. I
Right.
type it in once on ours, click a button, I want it on
So you
these
wouldn't,
calendars.
okay, you wouldn't be able to delete any other events?
I don't.
or-
And maybe going forward, with the people that aren't currently using it, maybe there would be a way to give them a class in it or something, like, if it works out.
Yeah.
If it works
There's
out,
nothing
maybe there's even-
deleted or,
That was my
Creating a
fear.
dummy calendar that
Putting
they
the
do
password
access
out.
for.
but is that a
They can
possibility?
push it in and then it.
Oh,
We
okay.
wanna make it easy
I
for
see what
people
you're
like
saying.
us.
No,
Just have a
if you
word
have
to
it
be able
in
to
email,
pick up
sure.
a
Yeah.
word.
Gotcha,
Various
gotcha.
things, or too many passwords out there, and
I already thought it was like that.
you can't put
But
your
it's
team
not.
back in the room.
No.
So I mean, if that's a doable thing and, you know, simple, that step is simple, and then I think if anybody else needs to
Yeah.
get more important, they don't have the Gmail account, you know, talk directly to you.
Yeah. So as it is, the rest of them will be emailing Jesse stuff. And we're trying to populate that calendar and drive more people to the website, and drive more people to the calendar and come out and do things and help with the pre-planning. And we fall into that a lot, like with the auxiliary, the Legion. I don't know how many times we put on an event, we look across like, oh my gosh, they're doing something the same night.
Right now, you were talking like, are you talking the EI or the Opera House? Like, cause you mentioned the Enosburgh Initiative, like, so you're talking events that they want to put on, or the Opera House?
Enosburgh Initiative really doesn't have events.
Oh, okay,
So
that's
we're
what I
like
was wondering.
an organizer, a coordinator
Okay.
role amongst the groups.
Oh, is to have
Yeah.
more people aware of the different events?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then who creates the flyer that's going, you said
Right now,
flyer
it's
that's
Brenda
going?
and I. So we got everybody sending stuff in right now to us and checking with everybody, the fire department, everybody that's a nonprofit, that's a civic or a municipal thing. And then we're gonna create some sort of PDF flip thing for 2 months, because we can't fit any more than that on there.
Sure.
And so Brenda and I are gonna get together, just, it's easier to get two people together, get her done. And we need to get them to the village by the last week in December, because they have 2 routes of utility bills that go out,
Town and village.
town and village. So we wanna be able to have that insert into both of them, so people will have a hard copy, and we'll also kinda announce where this is electronically if they wanna find it, disclaimer that we probably missed somebody. And see how it goes, see what the feedback is, just trying to, a little more transparency, community, bringing people in together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can make a motion to.
Well, you probably should, show if the board's unanimous or not.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to go ahead and share the calendar, town calendar password with
It's not password, it's just Gmail.
Yeah, just so.
oh, so you don't need
access
the,
and you
oh,
can
okay,
share
so
that.
to share the, so to allow access
Yeah.
through the Gmail.
Second.
Jess made a motion and Dean seconded that motion to allow the sharing between the accounts. Any more discussion? Have none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed say nay. Unanimous ayes have it.
Thank you.
We'll start sharing.
And thank you for everybody who's replied so far to the Evite. I haven't gone to see who did and didn't, so I can't point anybody out. But pretty excited
Oh,
about
you're talking
it.
about the 10th.
Is it the 10th or 12th? Or
I'll have to look.
12th, yeah. We're gonna have a lot of heavy hors d'oeuvres, like you're gonna be eating hors d'oeuvres until you're full, like we did at Catherine's thing. And then we have some
You have to eat my
entertainment.
share because I'll be in Indianapolis.
Yeah, so
Appreciate the invite.
appreciate it, and we're looking forward to it, and I appreciate everybody's prompt responses, that was great.
Thank you, Susie.
Alrighty,
Thank
thanks.
you.
No.
Okay, we need to approve Von Como as tax sale attorney.
I'll move.
Peter made a motion, Phil seconded the motion to accept Von Como as a tax sale attorney, excuse me. Any more discussion? Have none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
All those opposed say nay. unanimous ayes. That has been approved. Just give you a quick update. I did not have to go in to get the sign.
Oh, you didn't?
I called him. He's like, well, they're doing all the signing for that land that we got gifted to us. They like, he said, if you want to be there,
There was
I,
nothing for you to
and I
say?
didn't need to be there, but, so that went smooth.
Working on it. You going to executive?
Well, is he all set there?
Yeah.
So, yeah, all we have left is, employee discussion and exec.
I did, but.
I'll move.
I'll second it.
So Pierre made a motion, Jess seconded the motion to go into executive session for employee personnel. Any more discussion? If having none, all those in favor, going into executive, signify by saying aye.
Right.
All those opposed say nay. Approximately 7:11, and we were going into executive session.